Yo! Coach Helen for YouFit Studio, talking about why can't I lose weight. This is a common start position for a lot of clients, and also, in fairness, even some of our more experienced clients can sometimes fall foul of suddenly stopping losing weight and not really appreciating what it is or what. You may have not had a level of accountability around your behaviours, both from activity point of view or from a nutrition point of view or mindset point of view. And often it can lead to people being quite frustrated with, why can't I lose weight? There's something wrong or different with me, why I'm not losing weight. And as I said, this is kind of, you do see this at the start quite a lot. And often, as I said, existing clients fall into the trap. And it can be, usually it is actually, to be fair, clients who've been with us a while, because they kind of fall into the same type of traps. So some of the points that we'll look at today, stuff to refresh yourself on when you're not entirely sure. You stop losing weight for some reason and you have no idea why this might be happening. So some of the go-tos that I've seen just of late are quite sneaky ones, but ones that actually make a huge difference. And I'm not going to go into depth in to one of these two nutritionally, because I've done a whole live on it. But I will talk about coffee habits. Now, coffee habits are interesting, and there's two parts of coffee habits. First part, if you are having coffee pods in your home machine, it's easy to discount those as being added into your calories, and actually it's quite important. So admittedly I have a Gusto machine, and the applicable pods are either sold by Gusto or by third parties. Now, say a flat white with all the milk included in the pod comes in at 50 calories a cup, which is nominal. It's not a huge amount, depending on how many you have in a day. Here's an interesting one. The Starbucks caramel macchiato you'd think would be a hell of a lot more, and is actually 74 calories per pod. Not too bad. Here's where it's interesting. The plain macchiato Gusto pod is 100 calories per pod. So say if I was losing track of my intake of even the coffee machine at home, and I'm not kind of counting that into where I may be having additional calories. Say if I'm only having one of those last ones a day, I'm still intaking 700 calories during the week. Now, if I'm having two, double your money, right? So you could be looking at 1,400 calories per day in one. And if you think, I don't look like I've got one on my desk. The pods are pretty small, right? Two of those a day is enough to make a difference between you losing weight and not losing weight. So your coffee habits do count, actually, and it's good to be aware of them. The other side of hot drinks, I'm just going to say hot drinks, right, rather than coffees, is that depending on how many you're having and how much milk you're putting in, they can also add up. Now, whether it's a dairy milk or non-dairy milk, still it does make a difference. So I've had a client a few weeks ago who realised that he was using oat milk in his coffees and having 6 coffees a day, or hot drinks, and then one day actually measured out all the milk. It was around about 300 calories a day on milk, right? It's not dairy milk, but there you go, 300 calories a day. Don't make me do it. Oh look, I have actually got a calculator for once. That's I'm here. Was that 2,100 calories a week in hot drinks just from adding in milk? Now, it's not about being anal about this stuff, or I'm saying to you, you're not able to drink this thing. It's an awareness thing. So if you say, I'm not losing weight and I don't understand why, some of the little niggly things that I'm going to talk about are things like this. So first thing is think about all the calories that come in, liquid and otherwise, right? I've talked about unconscious eating, that's for sure. Check that one out if you're not haven't watched that live. That's again is a whole episode on its own. Those coffee habits is one that can creep up, or hot drinks. Okay, that can creep up. You can go from a few teas a day to 2,100 calories a week. Okay, so think about. I've got a calculator, so I'm pleased with myself. Think about where those might be coming in, and where your little coffee habit, your nice little coffee once a day. Check it out. The most I've seen is it was a compatible drink to my machine. It wasn't an official Gusto one. And it was, to be fair, as a hot chocolate one, it was 174 calories per pod. Per pod, right? That's insane. I went, ooh, it's on offer. Ooh, and I turned around and, ooh, don't want it that much, right? So just a little bit of awareness. So check out what you're consuming coffees. Now, on the same stream, and if you're a UFIT member, you would have seen this from our own Sam recently. Check your sauce habit. How saucy are you? Oh, I already used that one for ages. All right, how much sauce are you using? One level tablespoon of mayonnaise, 100 calories. Right? 100 calories. So if they start to link these things up, you had a nice coffee in the morning, it's 100 calories, and then you have a lunch, you have a salad with mayonnaise, you kind of not really, a couple of tablespoons of mayonnaise is all right, right? It says 200 calories, so 300 calories down before you even look at the food or anything else, right? So again, it's just about the when someone says I'm not losing anything, and yet if I get into it, they're putting 2 to 3 tablespoons of sauce or ketchup or mayonnaise, or they're spreading their toast as if it's like, right? We all know. It looks good, tastes good, it's good. Thing is though, if you're not in contact with that, you could be looking at another 120 calories just in spread as well as mayonnaise. I could be adding this all up, right? So you've got a calculator to do that. But 100 calories, 200 calories of mayonnaise, 100 calories of spread. It's a lot of calories already. Again, not even got into the food side of it. Right? That might be why you're not losing weight to start with. So healthy habits, people. Healthy food. Come up again a lot, especially with new clients and with some clients who really are convinced about the food habits. I've talked about that before. I'm eating really well, Helen. My food is really great, and yes, it is. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Yes, it may well be, right? Is it too much of a good thing? Potentially, yes. If you're not losing weight, you're still not in a calorie deficit. The avocado again. I feel like I talk about avocados a lot more than is necessary, except I still see them a lot in people's food diaries. And there's nothing wrong with that in an amount that helps them lose weight. If a client doesn't lose weight one week, and I've seen over the weekend normally 2 avocado and egg on seeded bread, I'm going to point out to them that's probably the reason why I haven't lost that weight that week before we even get into the rest of the stuff we've already discussed. Because going back to my life, whoa, the throwback, 480 calories is how much you can wax onto 1 avocado poached egg on seeded bread with a couple of sunflower seeds on, right? I went over that. So it can be 200 to 300 calories for avocado alone, right? So think about, and it's not unhealthy, nothing is unhealthy in moderation. So think about what you're doing when you're putting your stuff together, because let's recap. You fancy coffees in a coffee machine at home, 100 calories for hot, maybe two. I've seen people have 3 of those a day. So 300 calories in on coffee, a couple of 100 calories in on a couple of scoops of mayonnaise, then you spread. We're at about 600-700 calories at this point before you even add in an overkill of avocado on seed, right? So we're kind of creeping somewhere insane already. Right? That's before we get into snacks. Snacks are okay, right, by the way, they're also not a demon. Again, though, it all adds up. If someone says to me, and by the way, I am joking, like nobody really does all of this at the same time. These are just very common things that crop up when people say, I don't know why I'm not losing weight, Helen. I'm like, ooh, snacks. So, snacks. can be easily blurred with splurges in context. Snacking, somebody will always ask me, it's a bit like bingo sometimes in my head. I wait for it. I never prompt the conversation with a new client on the first assessment, because I think, right, they might not ask. Who can say? At some point, 45 minutes in, I'll say, so what can I have for snacks? And I'm like, you do not need snacks. And there's a look in their eye, they kind of whine a little bit, their eyebrows go up, like, and I do have to read it, you do not need snacks. We want snacks. If you're portioning your meals correctly and not having a ton of avocado and everything else, which actually you're quite full for, if you're portioning your food as we suggest, then your fullness levels will take you through to each meal, as long as hydrating correctly and being relatively active and accepting that small hunger is not the devil and you're not going to kill over and die and it's a little bit uncomfortable and you'll adjust, then that might be a reason why you can start losing weight. If you are snacking in between meals repeatedly, here's the thing, even when a client says to me, I'm having a healthy snack, a bit like a healthy meal, completely and utterly correct. Maybe having a 90 calorie bar, is that better than having a Snickers? Yes, I'm going to give them that. If they're having a 90 calorie bar, let's do maths. Helen and maths. This is really simple as well. Two 90 calorie bars a day, right? Maybe with a coffee. Let's throw that one in. 2 a day, looking at just under 1,300 calories a week of just 2 90 calorie bars a day, which we still perceive as a healthy snack. And yes, it is. It may be a reason, again, just on their own. Snacking might be a reason alone why you're not losing weight. So take these all in isolation so far. Well, I've not got to the biggie yet. Coffee habits, if you're having 2 to 3 coffees a day, and they're fancy pants coffees, flavoured or unflavoured, because the last one I talked about on the Gusto was not flavoured for the hot chocolate. It was a non-flavoured coffee, right? Came with the milk in the pod, but it was non-flavoured coffee. Think about your coffee habits, because it might be a reason why you're not losing just right there. And drive-through coffees. If you are working on the road already, or going to meetings, etc., and doing drive-through coffees, do not be fooled that they're not adding up either. Right? Even a flat white, so even a soy flat white, because they don't use unsweetened soy for that, is about 150 calories for an equal one, right? So you think about your coffee habits, it could be the reason why you're not losing. Check your sauciness. Yeah, let's leave that one there. Healthy food is still not enough of a calorie deficit if there's too much of it. Okay, so avocado is not the devil. I do love avocado myself. In moderation, in rarity, and an appropriate portion of which, obviously if you had a coach like us, we'll tell you what that is. But when you're smashing through avocado with sourdough. It's Marks and Spencer sourdough with a poached egg, and yeah, it's lovely. It's great. It's also calorific to hell. And if you have, I saw that this week, 2 slices of that bad boy, when I said 1 slice can up at around 400 calories, 800 calories in one brunch. How she got through it, I don't know. She managed it. Snacks also can add up, right? 2 snacks a day, even at 100 calories or 90 calories, over 2,000 calories a week, just on 2 90 calorie snacks a day. So if your aim is to lose body fat, be specific about my language, think about those things I've talked about already. And now, the pièce de résistance. Oh, so that's very nice. I'm impressed myself there. Weekends. This is one of mine. Helen, I'm not losing weight. Something is wrong. I'm frustrated. I'm training 4 times a week. My food, as you see in my food diary, is brilliant. It's great. It's really healthy. I'm not having any snacks. I'm not having any coffee. I don't have any mayonnaise. I've not had spread on my toast with my avocado, which has been a very small amount for the last week, and I've not lost weight. I do not understand. Something is wrong. It's not working. Okay. My response, client, you didn't send me your photos of the weekend. Why was that? Client usually looks away from the camera and is like, oh, There's a remembering what happened at the weekend. Like, they're like, no judgment from me, by the way. No judgment from me. However, I can't measure what I can't see, and neither can you. If you know that you're aware of your food during the week from Monday to Friday afternoon, around about 5 p.m, if you're conscious of your food from Monday at 7 a.m. through to Friday at 5 p.m, what's happening in the hours in between? Because most of us probably know the reality of that is that we are changing our food choices over the weekend, and that's having a big enough impact to not lose weight by the time you come to check in the following week. Now, that being said, it is possible to lose weight with the method of eating squeaky clean at the weekend and being relaxed at the weekend to a point, right? But it's still about calorie deficits, how much you're doing, how often, and how accountable you are around it. If you're choosing to do that and yet not remaining accountable, then from my experience, what is really happening psychologically is someone just wants to take the brakes off, does not want to be held accountable because actually is permitting this to happen over the weekend because they've worked hard this week. There's always a reasoning. I've worked really hard this week. I've done 4 workouts. I deserve this. I'm going to relax. And also, to a point, I don't disagree with that mindset. However, if you're not losing weight, the deficit at the weekend is too great to what you're doing in a week. Overall, in a 7-day period, if on average in a 7-day period you can hold a calorie deficit enough for you to lose weight, that will happen. Probably each Thursday, Friday, you can check in and see the weight change on the Friday before. Will your weight go up after the weekend? Yes. Will you bring it back down by the weekend, lower than the last week? Yes. Within reason. If you do the check after the weekend, realise it's gone absolutely nuts because you've gone nuts, then there's your reason why you're not losing weight. There's a amnesia around the weekend, like the client going, like looking for the weekend. I never know where it is. It's always up on the ceiling somewhere when I talk to them. However, if you are letting go of if you're having food amnesia over the weekend and not losing weight, there is your answer why you can't lose weight. Because you need to either, which is more challenging I think in this climate, pull some of that into the week, so you're not just doing it all at the weekend, or be really clear with yourself and those around you in your environment what you're going to have over the weekend and get that plan in advance. And even if you have to buy it in advance or agree on it in advance, so you know that it's a bit less than the weekend before if you didn't lose weight. Bottom line, okay? So these are the common ones. These are not exclusive, let's be honest. I could have written out another 10 of these. These are the most common. These are the most common reasons. And some of these reasons are so small that you'd never ever think to look, right? But this is why we teach this as part of both membership and also part of the challenges, right? Because we appreciate that sometimes, and I'm about to say a cliche, devil's in the details. Oh, there I was, I have to get one out, right? However, again, so me to recap, if you're saying, I don't know why I'm not losing weight, I'm doing everything I should be, I'm exercising, my food is great, I'm losing weight, it's just, I can't understand, I'm doing something, what is it, okay. The little things, right, to repeat, coffees, people. I've talked about pods a lot, it's not the only ones. I mean, buying coffee, any coffee flavouring, syrups, people never look at syrups, all of that stuff adds up. It's a really nice treat to have a very nice coffee. That's the point, it's a rare treat rather than a substantial. As a sidebar, I did a live on coffees and I talked about a main chain, and one of the seasonal ones was near 400 calories. I think it might be more actually, if you added cream on, near 400 calories, and treat yourself to more than one of those a week. There is specifically the reason why you can't lose weight. Okay, so moving on. Sauces, mayonnaise, anything that you're adding on condiment wise or spread on your butter, toast, etc. Again, it adds up. Don't be fooled that it doesn't, because it's just little. Little and many is still calories and not a calorie deficit. Why you're not losing weight. Healthy food is healthy, nutritionally dense, calorifically dense if overeaten. Like most things in life, they have calories. Too much of a good thing, calories not enough. you will not be losing weight. Another reason. So knowing your portions and being educated now is quite good. It's what we do. Snacks are adding up. People, don't be fooled again. 290 calorie snacks a day, 2,100 a week, right? For a female, that's around about twice probably what they need. For a male, that's probably all you can eat if you want to lose weight or body fat, shall we say. And the weekend, okay, weekend warriors. I think I did a live just on weekend warriors. It does deserve a live on its own, to be fair. Understand your weekend behaviours. If you're not losing weight and yet you know that you're squeaky clean during the week and you're exercising 4 to 5 times a week, or maybe 4 would be enough, and doing walks or whatever, you're not losing weight, look at the days of which you're not being mindful and tracking and being made accountable for your food, because again, there's your reason why you're probably not losing weight. So there you go. Wow. Right, Monday. Why so many people fail at losing weight? That's one. And then Wednesday I've got action versus outcomes. And then what do you feed your mind next week? So I've got 3 beauties coming up next week. As always, please drop us a line. I'm going to put a link to the REVAMP28 on the Facebook, and it's going to be on Instagram. Although we are starting a challenge tomorrow. I think we're closing the doors on that one in probably about 3 hours. So we've got, if you want to jump on with us and find out how it works and lose some weight in the process, which is always quite nice, then please contact us, because that's going down. I think that's going to be the last one we do for some time. That's starting tomorrow. So I'd love to have you on board. In the meantime, have a fabulous weekend, as always, and I'll catch you Monday.